record entitled Pool, you wrote and you recorded it, the creation and production, that process yourself, as opposed to having somebody else apply the finishing touches. How beneficial was this approach for you?
I enjoy doing it myself because it's nice to just work on your own time and not have to worry about paying for studio time or being on the clock, and you could just really dive in and kind of just, I feel like I could go to a different place, whereas no matter how relaxed the studio session is, you still feel kind of aware that you're on someone else's time as well. So I just like being able to go in whenever I wanted to, whatever time.
Yeah, and you started recording in your apartment. You couldn't record live drums or turn the guitar up, so you took a few background keyboard riffs and decided to wrap your head around them. Did that help you kind of excel and like hone in on your desired sounds?
Yeah, I got really interested in synthesizers and drum machines during this process, and I guess, being in an apartment where you can't make too much noise, thankfully was in line with what I was interested in, because I could keep it in the headphones or low on the speakers. So yeah, it was really super enjoyable then.
And you mentioned you record best when you're only in just your long johns. Why is that?
Did I say that? I don't know. It's just nice to be comfortable.
With the vocals on this record, the vocals certainly stand out, the way you maneuver your vocals, and you experimented with vocals. You wanted to make them a little sweet and sensitive, kind of give it like an intimate, romantic, late night vibes. Why did you earmark this out in particular? What was it about this that really resonates with you, this approach?
Some of my older stuff, I felt like I was like straining my voice, and it was coming across a lot more angsty than I wanted it to, and I wanted to tone it down and just kind of experiment with something like a more mature delivery, I guess, more realized and less urgent or something.
I wanted to get your views on the opener, Underwater, and this track was a breakthrough production-wise for you and really set the tone. What is it about this track that stands out so much and really kind of enabled you to take it from this and make a body of work that you were so proud of?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it's a more interesting song structure than the standard song structure that I'm used to working in, and I think I used elements that I hadn't before to kind of carry the song. Like the climax of the song is just like bass clap, like a clave sound and like a bass synth, and that, but for somehow that's the pivotal moment of the song. So I just kind of never experimented with that, and it just felt good. The auto-tune pre-chorus felt nice, and so I felt good about that one.
And speaking of auto-tune, Security is another song that really stands out due to the way you've used the auto-tune and the specific drum pattern beat that's going on in the background. Tell me about your motivations whilst you were penning this one in particular, bringing it together. What was that one like for you?
I recorded like lots of different versions of that song because I do really like it and I wanted to get it right. And I don't know, the auto-tune thing kind of just came about because I saw that I could do it in Logic, and I actually kind of like how it sounds aesthetically. It's also nice to hear your vocals like pitched perfectly, but I think there's something vulnerable about using it because it kind of does, or I think it kind of shows like maybe some insecurity about your voice, and I think I can like emote better when I'm not worried about staying in tune. So you could, I don't know, there's something strange about how if you're off it kind of warbles and like jumps around, so it felt right and strange for such a, like, I feel like it's a pretty sensitive song.
Be Apart is simply an exceptional song. What does this song signify to you? I mean, so many people have got their own take on how it kind of makes them feel.
Yeah, I don't know. That's such a strange song because up until the end of the process, it was basically a different song. And then I wasn't really happy with it, so I just actually in a studio where I was recording vocals, changed it all up and just switched it up last minute. And I don't know, it's just kind of what you would think it would be about, trying to figure out where you belong in anywhere really, and if you want, how much you want to belong to it, how much you want to be apart from it. And,
absolutely, yeah. And tell me about the lyrics. I understand for the lyrics they were collages of thoughts sort of pieced together to create a mood. Is this type of way of working, does that please you? Is that a way of working that you find works best for you?
Yeah, I like to write in chunks. Sometimes I'll sit down for an hour or two and just kind of write, and then until I have like a line or two that I think sounds good or says something good, and then I'll often like kind of go back flip through my journal to the other days that I've done that and kind of piece together something that forms maybe a narrative or maybe just a general mood of a song. So,
what's been the biggest challenge, as you've evolved as an artist over the years? What do you feel has been the biggest challenge to get to where you are now?
I guess, it's like not something too many people do, so you kind of have to deal with people thinking you're delusional for even imagining that you could be a successful musician. So that, I think, has taken a toll in the past, but I don't think I could stop even if I tried. So
tell us more about, I understand you're a huge admirer of ping pong. Is that a nice way for you to unwind? I know you like watching some of the YouTube videos.
I love ping pong. It's kind of funny, but it's just good. It's like I think it's the right amount of competition, and you kind of tune out just enough, and it's, I don't know, it's good. Nice activity.
I wanted to get your views on some of the tweets that you put up, some fascinating tweets, and here's one. I can only think of reasons to smoke.
Yeah, so I've been trying to quit smoking recently, and it feels like you spend the entire day figuring out how to convince yourself that it's okay to smoke and why you should be able to, and it's just so distracting and so frustrating. So that's that tweet.
Here's another tweet that you put up. Catch me trying to pick up your spouse while they're selling something in a city.
Yeah, someone, I forget where it was, someone tweeted at me like, shout out to Ronald Paris for trying to pick my wife up at the bar last night. I guess his wife was bartending, and I literally ordered a drink from her and said thank you, and that was our only interaction. So I felt inclined to publicly say, like, this guy's either he's full of shit or his wife is full of shit. So
what sort of opportunities do you relish and want to explore as you head forward in the music industry?
I don't know. I just want to keep recording and writing. That's my favorite part. So that's it. That's all I like doing. I think I'm doing that now. I just want to keep doing it and keep getting better. And I kind of like working with other people and working on other people's music. So that's one thing I would like to do more, and experiment with that. See how that would work once I get my chops up. Just work on other people's songs.